South Kamloops is comprised of 5 different neighborhoods: Aberdeen, Sahali, Pineview Valley, Dufferin, and South Kamloops. We're going to talk about all those neighborhoods, the good, the bad, and the sketchy, starting right now. Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Pereira, but you can call me Al. I am a veteran realtor of 25 years living in beautiful Kamloops, British Columbia. And in this video, we're going to talk about the South Shore of Kamloops, also known as South Kamloops, and the 5 different neighborhoods in that area. Now, if you were looking for a cutesy video with lots of great pictures and discussions about the high points of every neighborhood, you're in the wrong video, because this is a high-level overview of each neighborhood, the good, the bad, and the sketchy. Now, Kamloops has some unique challenges that other cities may not have, like termites, groundwater issues, sinkholes, geotechnical issues, and the neighborhoods we're going to talk about may or may not have any of those issues. But you need to know the good and the bad. So I'm going to talk about each neighborhood, what you can expect both on the positive and negative side, and a general feel for what you can expect living in each neighborhood. Let's get started. Number 1 in terms of South Shore neighborhoods is Aberdeen, and these are in no particular order. In terms of the good, Aberdeen is one of the newest subdivisions and has a lot of the newest homes being built in Aberdeen, and they're constantly building new subdivisions in that area. Now you need to know that because it's a newer subdivision, a lot of the lots tend to be smaller, the cul-de-sacs can be smaller. So if you're looking for larger, more expansive lots, Aberdeen has some estate neighborhoods, but it's going to be a bit of a search for newer homes with larger yards in Aberdeen. Now they have 2 elementary schools there which are rated pretty good, but there is no shopping of any kind, not even a corner store within Aberdeen. Most of your shopping you'll have to do down the hill in Sahali, but Costco's not that far a drive away. Now in terms of the not so great things, Aberdeen is very high elevation, so you do get more winter. There is a lot more snow up there, and parking can be an issue on the street because when they're piling the snow up, it seems to take up a lot of the parking in those cul-de-sacs and things like that. So, for on-street parking and that kind of thing, and the snow, it can be a bit of a problem. A lot of people that have lived in Aberdeen have moved down because, they do get longer winters there. Aberdeen can be in the fog or in the mists, more than other areas. So you need to know that that's a bit of a negative with Aberdeen, though it is a beautiful place most of the time. Now in terms of not so great things, there have been some groundwater issues in and around the old golf course, and you need to know that the city has put notices on some of the titles for those areas, but I haven't heard a lot of things about, termites and those kinds of things or sinkholes in Aberdeen. But you need to know that there was some groundwater issues in and around Van Horn, and if you're in that area, looking to buy in that area, you need to definitely check the history and see what the ground has been like in that area. Number 2 is Sahali, and Sahali is a very strong selling neighborhood. It also happens to be the largest neighborhood on the South Shore. The other very strong selling neighborhood in Kamloops is Brocklehurst on the North Shore, and it too is a very large neighborhood. Now, in terms of telling you the best of Sahali, it is a great selling area, as I've said already, but it's also sort of the center of the hustle and bustle of the newer part of Kamloops. That is, the Thompson Rivers University is located in Sahali. You have Real Canadian Superstore, Freshco, Sahali Centre Mall. There's a lot of strip malls, a lot of chain restaurants, and those kinds of things within the Sahali area. It also has elementary schools and Sahali Secondary, which is a high school. So you have a lot of your education covered in the Sahali area, but if you're looking for flat, larger lots, Sahali's probably not going to be the best for you. Now, Sahali is comprised of 2 different areas: Lower Sahali below Highway 1 and Upper Sahali, which is above the highway. And Lower Sahali is sort of older. You do have some larger lots down there. You are closer to walking to shopping and that kind of thing. In terms of Upper Sahali, you have older neighborhoods as well with older homes and larger lots, but a lot of the newer neighborhoods, which finished out in sort of the 90s, are also located in Upper Sahali. But if you're looking for newer neighborhoods, you're probably going to have a lot better chance in the Upper Sahali area. Now, in terms of what's bad, Summit Drive comes through the center of Sahali and is sort of the main thoroughfare to downtown Kamloops from Highway 1, and this tends to attract a lot of traffic and transients. And the motels along the Summit corridor, if you will, Summit Drive, have been reported recently as being real magnets for criminals and criminal activity. So be aware that any of those areas in that just below Superstore area, just before the turn down towards Victoria, those motels were recently reported as being problematic in terms of housing criminals and not really taking care of their properties, though the city is on it, and by the time you watch this video, that problem might have been solved. In terms of vehicle break-ins, they do seem to happen a lot around the university area, so make sure you bring your items in. Overall crime, petty crime, is fairly common, particularly around the commercial district areas of Sahali, so be sure and protect yourself and keep those valuables out of sight. Number 3 is Pineview Valley, and this is a great little community that started out in the mid-1990s and is continuing to build now. It's a bit of a pocket community that's at a higher elevation, so be aware that your winters will be a little bit longer there and you'll get more snow. Now, in terms of what's good, it's a great feel, it's a great community, there's a lot of younger families, some of the lots can be larger, a lot of them are smaller, and if you're looking for a condo or a townhouse, there's options for everybody. In terms of overall recreational activities, there's lots of trails, there's a great biking area, especially for mountain bikers, that's close by as well. Now, if you're looking for shopping, there are no stores within Pineview Valley, but the Petro-Canada is a short walk just down the hill from there, and the Costco is not far in terms of walking either, but I don't think you want to carry a big tub of tartar sauce from a Costco. Now, in terms of schools, there are no schools in Pineview Valley, so if you're fine with your kids being bused, that's what will happen. And a lot of people assume that their kids will go to Dufferin. That's not always the case, so check for your home's catchment area before you commit to buying a home in Pineview Valley, and just make sure where your kids are going to be. Now, in terms of what's sketchy within Pineview, parking, on-street parking because of the snow can be a problem because of snow removal in the winter, but I can't think of anything really sketchy within Pineview Valley. But of course, crimes of opportunity happen everywhere, so keep your garage closed and items out of your car because car break-ins happen all over the city. Number 4 is Dufferin, and I love this little pocket community because it's often overlooked because there aren't a lot of homes within Dufferin. Now, there's an older part of Dufferin and there are newer neighborhoods in Dufferin, but it's convenient because you're not too far from shopping. You have Canadian Tire there, you have Chapters, you've got Staples, there's a strip mall, there's Duffy's Pub, Costco is located just across the highway from Dufferin, but some of the lots are larger and some can be flat. It's a good overall area because you can quickly get onto the highway and go anywhere else. TRU isn't too far from Dufferin either. Now, in terms of the great things, Kenna Cartwright Park is fantastic. You have this massive park with tons of hiking trails and biking trails, and there's just a lot to do at Kenna Cartwright Park, so check that out. Now, in terms of the bad things, I have heard reports of termites in homes in the Dufferin area, so be sure and get a professional home inspection, but I haven't heard anything else in terms of, geotechnical issues and sinkholes, that kind of thing. Dufferin does seem fairly sturdy. Now, in terms of sketchy, you do get vehicle break-ins and that kind of thing, so just keep things secured and put away, but I haven't heard of any overall serious reports of crime or anything out of normal for the Dufferin area. Number 5 is South Kamloops, also known as the downtown South Shore. Now, if you're more into urban living and you want to be able to walk to local restaurants and little shops, boutiques, that kind of thing, or Riverside Park, then South Shore downtown core is probably going to be the best choice for you. Although South Kamloops is a fairly large area, so you can't just walk from the furthest parts and feel comfortable coming home. It can be a long, long walk. So if you're looking for a more urban lifestyle, the downtown core area of the South Shore is going to be for you. Now, Riverside Park is a jewel, and it's just a fantastic place to watch the mighty North and South Thompson rivers come together while they're making their way to the Fraser River. And if you're looking for the library or the Kamloops Art Gallery, all of these things are downtown as well. Now, other things that are highlights of living on the South Shore are the fact that you have a hospital close by. So if you're a hospital worker or you're relocating to Kamloops for work at the hospital, the South Shore is going to be an excellent choice. Thompson Rivers University is just a short drive from South Kamloops as well. Now, in terms of what's bad, well, we have urban problems with homelessness and crime and vagrancy and drug use like every other city. So if you live in the downtown core, you may encounter more petty crime and crime overall, break-ins, vehicle break-ins, just things disappearing. And most of the reported crime that occurs in Kamloops happens in the downtown North and South Shores. So just be aware that if you're going to live in an urban environment, you're going to get all the positives and the negatives of living in that environment. But we do have a fairly significant, homelessness problem in Kamloops, and I did make a separate video on safety in Kamloops, and you can check out those numbers that I compiled from other sources for review about the best areas to live in Kamloops if crime is a real concern for you. Now, in terms of what's sketchy, again, drug use and these kinds of things, but some of these homes are really, really old. So you have to get a professional home inspection done. Make sure that what you're buying is really, really solid. Termite problems exist within South Kamloops as well. Every area is a suspect area in terms of termites. I made a video on that, but again, be sure to get a professional home inspection and make sure that the home that you've bought isn't riddled with termites and is old, so they've been there a long, long time. Now, in terms of South Kamloops being a popular area, it's very desirable. Put aside the crime for a minute and just realize that you can get pretty much everything you need, including groceries, within walking distance if you live in the downtown core. And whether you want townhouses, condos, or single-family homes, they're all available in this area. Well, there you have it, the 5 neighborhoods that make up the South Shore of Kamloops, also known as South Kamloops, and the various good, bad, and ugly parts of those neighborhoods. Now, I hope you enjoyed this high-level overview of South Kamloops neighborhoods, but remember, this is number 2 in a 5-part series of neighborhoods I'm doing for all of Kamloops. So please check out those other videos. Please be reminded that I am a licensed realtor, and if I can help you with any buying or selling of real estate in the Kamloops area, please reach out to me in the show notes below or at the end of this video for my contact information. Please smash the like button or subscribe because that motivates me to make more videos. Thank you for watching.